What's going on, LEGO fans? Welcome back. Alex here, doing a video in response to some requests that I've had from some viewers regarding the mounting and displaying of these F1 cars, Technic element cars, that I have displayed here on my wall. This is the wall that you see when you first come down to my basement, and then you move on to, you know, the Lego City behind the wall here. I was asked to kind of show in greater detail how I've accomplished these vertical mountings with these cars. And so for what it's worth, I'm going to do that now. Let's go ahead and take the Ferrari off the mount. All I'm going to do is just lift straight up and out. And that is all it is right there. It's just a hook. I'll go ahead and take that apart and show you what elements are involved. Now, before we go into the details of the hook itself, we want to make sure that the car, or whatever we're hanging, is going to be exactly in the middle or where we want it on the wall. In this case, I've tried to put them kind of in the middle of this small wall here with an equal amount of distance from the nose to the back. Once you found out where you want it to be on the wall, the next task is a little more difficult because you're going to want to find the center of gravity of the vehicle. So on the Ferrari here, the center of gravity is right about here, just behind the driver's seat. So that is where I am tasked to find a good opening to attach to my hook, which is going to be this Technic pin. Now, I'm very lucky because there's some openings right here on both sides that I can actually go into. So I'm going to actually go into this side because I'm going to be hanging it this way, like that. So most of the weight is going to be below where the pin is actually attaching to the car. The entire assembly is made up of these 5 pieces. Now, color, of course, does not matter here because it's out of sight. But you'll notice that 3 of the pieces are Lego and the other 2 are just some hardware. I do require a wall anchor because in my example, I don't have a stud I'm going directly into. So that's why I have a wall anchor and then a 1.5-inch screw. That will actually fit through some of these Lego pieces. Now, I will put a description of these Lego elements in the description of the video below. In case you don't have these, you can find them on Bricklink. So to put this all together, we're going to put the pin into the slot right here. And the screw will actually go through that hole right there. And the axle or pin connector is just going to be a spacer. See that? That's all it is. So if you need more clearance from the wall, you would add more spacers, or less if you don't need that much clearance. And of course, our wall anchor is already in the wall. That's going to go flush to this thing right there. And that is how it's going to end up in the wall. So let's go ahead and do that now. So here's our wall anchor. We'll go ahead and just start the screw like that. All the assembly is going to be loose just like that, hanging onto the screw itself. Screw it in. Now, you don't want to go crazy tight on this. Just enough that it's going to make it nice and snug so that it doesn't wobble around, so you can actually put your car right on top of it without it moving around on you. And now the fun part of putting our car on the mount. I got this thing lined up with the Williams above it. Let's see if we can find that. Oh man, that worked really well. That went right in. Nice. Now you'll notice that it can move around, but the wheels are still touching the wall. I actually really like that. It's not pushing hard on it. That's why that spacer is so important. So I push down on this. The suspension still works, but it's not being, gravity's not giving it a hard time, right? The only problem with the vertical mount is dust accumulates on just one side of it, so just be aware of that. But other than that, it looks really good. So yeah, thanks for the suggestion on doing a video on a do-it-yourself vertical mount. Hope you guys enjoyed that and learned something. And keep the suggestions coming. I love it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.